the exercise
Yeah,
because it's amazing when I realize
I am not, oh
that.
my God, I am not sharing my screen. I'm so sorry. I was not sharing my screen, guys. I'm sorry. Now you can see my screen, right?
Yes,
I
teacher.
am so, so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait. Continue, my dear Jennifer. I'm sorry.
Yes, I prefer exercise because it's amazing when I realize that.
Hmm.
But I know that it's important to health diet
Hmm.
because um, it's 50-50 maybe.
Yeah, okay, very good. 50.
Or sometimes it's more important the food
Mm,
than exercise.
okay, that is true. That is true. Yes. Ok, good, dear. Recuerda que realize no significa realizar, sino darse cuenta de. En ese caso, preferiblemente usar el do cuando it's very
Oh,
important or
yes,
it's
teacher.
when I do that. Yes, when I do that.
Okay, sorry, I
Mm.
confused.
Don't worry, it's very typical confusion, so no problem. Very good. So, well, it is true. It's kind of a balance, no? It has to be balanced, the diet and the exercise. But sometimes you wish like a burger or fatty foods. Do you know what is the meaning of fatty foods? Fatty foods.
Como comida eh, chatarra,
Bueno, fast food es
o
comida
sea, rápida.
chatarra. Exactly, yes. Junk food,
Ajá,
lo que conocemos como junk food,
eso sí
es
es.
comida chatarra. Y fatty food viene de fat, es un sinónimo de greasy. Do you know what
Como
is-
grasosa.
Exactly, Cami, muy bien.
Ajá.
Greasy food. ¿Sí? So sometimes the greasy food, like the French fries, for example. Do you know what is a French fry? What are the French fries? Do you know what are the
Papas
French?
fritas.
Exactly. So, a salchipapa, for example, is made of French fries. It's delicious, no? But it affects a lot the diet, no? Muy bien. Bueno, second question. What is the best place to exercise? Option number one, the gym. Option number two, the home. Option number three, wherever. What is the meaning of wherever? It doesn't matter where I exercise, anywhere, it's going to be fine. So, what do you think?
Eh, teacher, I think it's better the gym
Okay, see.
for the ambient, the music, the machines. But in my case, I don't have enough time to go to a gym.
Mhm.
For this reason, I do exercise in my home. It's not the same, but it's interesting too.
Very good. Yeah, I have the same reason. I don't have time to go to the gym, so I exercise at home, and I agree with you. It's not the same, but it's possible to do some exercise. No? I mean, maybe not the best exercise, but you can train with 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 space, no? See, yes. Good. Very good. Camilo, what do you think, my friend?
Yes, teacher.
Mhm.
Teacher, I rather
Rather?
prefer do exercise at home.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is
because
that?
I have some machines to do it, but I know in the same time that it isn't the same. Yeah, in comparison with the any gym,
Mhm.
but I like my time, my handle my own time. So yeah, is the main reason that I prefer the exercise at home because it's easier than the other places and the traffic and the time and the efforts. So is more simple
Yeah, it's
to yeah,
way
yeah.
more simple, of course.
Yeah, teacher.
True. Ah, bueno, if you have the space and the machines at home, that's even better, right? So you
Mhm.
can You don't have to keep up with the personal trainers. No, not like this. No, not like that. No, you have to do more. No, your own rhythms, it's your own pace. Mhm.
Yeah, teacher, it's true.
Very good. Excellent. Bueno, my dear guys. So in this case, the idea is that we're going to be talking about like the how is it the fit life, but we're going to do it working with different elements, and the elements that we see here are the elements that we're going to work here. For example, we have different options to give options, right? In this case, in the two questions, I am giving you options to choose. I give you option number one, option number two, but then I use two expressions. The first one, it's both. What is the meaning of both? What is the meaning of both?
Mm, both is ambas.
Exactly. So
Ambos.
it means that both options are going to be fine. Hmm? Then we have the option of neither. What is the meaning of neither?
Como ninguna.
Ninguna, es decir, not one, not two. It's the opposite of both. And other option that we have is to use either or either. What is the meaning of either or either?
Tampoco.
Yes, in some cases it's tampoco, but in this case, when we're talking about
Ah,
options,
cualquiera.
cualquiera, very good, excellent. So we're going to have here different options, different ways to describe options, right? So, for example, bueno, I'm going to open a whiteboard. Wait. Vamos a hacer algo acá con un whiteboard. Pero no lo encuentro. Wait. Ah, tengo que dejar de compartir, of course, right. Wait. I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to create a whiteboard. Listo, guys. Can you see the whiteboard? ¿Pueden ver la pizarra blanca? Yes? Ah, okay, Jennifer is already drawn. Perfecto, that's great. Listo, good, guys. In this case, we're going to have a small game, right? It's just, I'm going to draw something. Wait. I'm going to draw something. Yes. Like, for example, what do you prefer? Do you prefer, a ver, let's see, what animal do we draw here? Team, right? That's number one. Or do you prefer, come on, wait, team. I am not very good at drawing, but I am trying. Ready? So, which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Then I can have different options, no? So if you like the dogs and the cats, how would you say I prefer? What would be the answer there if you like the cats and the dogs?
Teacher, I prefer the dogs.
Oh,
The
you prefer dogs.
Yeah, because it's more friendly than the cat. However, um, It's not happen in all cases, but I prefer the dogs because it's more interactive with us.
Okay, yeah, they interact more than us, right? Perfect.
Yeah, teacher.
What about if I don't have a preference and I say like, no, I like what? If I love the cats and also I love the dogs. How can I say that?
Okay, I
I
only.
prefer both.
Very good. I love both. ¿Cierto? I love both.
Mhm.
Very good, right? What about if it's like, pues, I don't have a preference. I like. What would be the expression in that case? I like, if I say, no,
Neither.
Neither, no, because you said no, pues for me it's the
Either.
same. Which one?
Either?
Either?
Either. Very good. So I like
Oh,
either of them because it's like, no, I don't have a problem. Both are beautiful. Or I like either of them are beautiful, right? And what about if the problem is that you don't like the cats and you don't like the dogs? So don't like, I don't like what? What,
Mm,
what would be the
neither?
expression? Ah, it's easy. Yeah, very good. I don't like
Okay, I
neither of them.
understand
¿Cierto?
you.
Entonces, we have the three possible options. Pero wait a second, I need to change the color. How can I change the color here? Ah, the color type. My God, sorry. So if the options are good both, well, I use, of course, both. If I don't have a preference on that, either or either. And if I don't like any of the both options, then I am going to use neither of them. Ready? Bueno, I already did it. I did it with animals, right? Now, let's talk about, bueno, no sé, who wants, Jennifer or Camilo? Think in something and make the drawing, yes, and make us choose, help us to choose. For example, no sé, depending, other two animals could be, or for example, two different dishes, dos platos diferentes, right? Draw it. Yes, make the drawings, hagan el dibujito, you make the drawings. For example, no sé, empanada, alguna empanada acá, cha, 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 o hamburger. Y nosotros decimos, no, I like both of them. I like either of them. O I don't like neither of them. Listo. Pues vamos, Cami, help us with two things. Two objects, whatever you want. Lo que nos quieras poner a elegir, whatever. Puedes usar el menú de la izquierda para dibujar. Right? Ahí está el lapicito, no problem.
okay, teacher, okay. I'm trying. I'm going to try.
Try.
Uh, mm,
What do you think that is that, Jennifer? What do you think it is?
A dog? Maybe? No?
I think it's chicken.
Ah, sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. Oh, so one option is chicken, or the other option is. A ver, I want to. Okay, very good. So, Jennifer, the question is very clear. Which do you prefer?
Like pet? Yes.
I don't know,
Sería
coming like a
bien.
pet? Coming? The question is as a pet or for eating or what?
no,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
In this case, is a pet.
Oh, as a pet, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I prefer the chicken.
The chicken. Oh my
Yes,
God.
because it's
Uh,
more.
in fact, is a parrot.
Ah, it's a
Ah,
parrot.
Yeah.
um,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, what do you think?
hmm. In that case, I don't prefer neither.
I don't prefer neither of them. Muy bien. I don't like neither of them. No, me neither. Bueno, no,
No.
mentira. Sorry. I prefer the tortoise. Yes. But yeah, the tortoises are beautiful. But in my case, but Jennifer doesn't like neither of them. Muy bien.
Like a pet, no. No, it are beautiful animals, but um I will have that pets. Not. No, I don't prefer.
I wouldn't have those
It.
pets.
I wouldn't.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't, claro, of course. Listo, Jay, very good. Now it's your turn. Draw two things, the things that you want, and Camilo is going to choose the best option, right?
It is whatever, yeah.
Yeah, anything that you want, animals, food, or whatever you want.
Okay, teacher. Sorry, my drawer, but
Don't
my
worry.
question is about fruit.
About fruits. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh, what
Okay.
do you prefer?
Ah, ya las vi. Oh my God, okay.
Okay, okay. Hmm. It's difficult for me because I like prefer no, I like but so for that I prefer both of them.
Perfect, very good. My case too. I love both of them. Pronunciation, in this case, as it finishes with TH, the pronunciation is both. Este sonido, digamos, esta transcripción que tengo acá, se lee como una TH, es decir, con la punta de la lengua. So I prefer both of them. ¿Listo?
Though, though,
Yes, both, both.
both.
Como cuando decimos thank you, ¿listo? No es una S, sino el TH de thank you, think, e igual, acá también, both. Right? Yes.
Both.
Exactly like that. Very good. Listo, guys, very good. Bueno, so in that case, we can have these options, ¿no? You said like, okay, both, neither, o either, dependiendo. O claro, si haces una elección, pues igual, I prefer the apple, I prefer the grapes, and it's fine, no problem. Ready? But there are other moments in which we want to say like, no, I don't know, or I don't have a particular choice. Ready? Voy a volver a compartir pantalla. Wait a second, guys. Vamos a cerrar por acá. Tum, 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 turum, tum, tum. When I don't have a particular choice, or it is not important, yes, or simply I don't care, I can use the expression using WH plus the particle ever. And it can work for people, for objects, for animals, or for places, or for moments. So, for example, in this case, Jennifer, could you please read this example, my dear?
Sorry, teacher, what?
Can you please read the example that it's on the screen?
Yeah, yes. The elephant.
Yes,
Yes, teacher. I read, yes.
yes, please.
Wherever I walk to, I am the biggest wonder.
Exactly. So this expression, which is wherever, it's telling me that it doesn't matter where the elephant goes. If we have options, the option is not important because in every place that he goes is going to be the same. So when I say that WH plus ever, yeah, it's going to say like, okay, it doesn't matter, no importa, or it is not clear, or maybe it's unclear, yes? So, but I say, wherever I walk to, I am the biggest one there. Donde sea, right? Or I can do it with other things. For example, Nick, Camilo, help me with this example.
Um, whoever looks at us runs away
Disgusted.
disgusted. Yeah.
Exactly, very good. So in this case, it's saying, doesn't matter the person. It's not important. Everybody, whoever looks at us, runs away disgusted. So it means like, no importa quien sea que nos vea, right? Whoever looks at us runs away disgusted. Mm. Or one other example, it would be, bueno, ¿y where do you want to sleep tonight? One rat says to the, no, wherever we will be fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is not important because wherever, everywhere, yes, everywhere, we will be fine. So this combination between WH plus ever, it's going to tell me like, it doesn't matter. The option that I choose is not important. In every option, it's going to be the same, really? Or I don't know, for example, one other selection. Then here we have one cell phone, the cell phone with the 3 cameras and the little apple, right? And here I have another cell phone. I don't know what is the logo of Samsung, but let's suppose that it's a Samsung, right? It's a Samsung, right? In this case, I would say, bueno, which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? Yeah, I could say, no, I prefer the Apple, and that's it. Or I like both, of course. Or no, I don't like neither of them. Or I like either of them. But in this case, I'm using which. So I could also say like, you know what? Whichever does the same. It doesn't matter if it's the Apple or it doesn't matter if it's the Samsung, whichever of them does the same, right? So when I put together the WH and the ever together, yes, it means like it's not important, or I don't know, or it's not relevant because the result, it's going to be the same independently of the option that I choose, okay? So when I have these kind of expressions, they can be used, for example, saying like, wait, let me erase. Say, for example, however, no importa cómo, o como sea, whatever, lo que sea, whichever, el que sea, whenever, cuando sea, wherever, donde sea, whoever, quien sea. Ready? So in that case, it doesn't matter all the time, right? Entonces, for example, whenever you see us, we will be always flying together. No importa cuándo. Whenever you see us, we will always fly. We will be always flying together, right? It can help also some other expressions, like, for example, when I emphasize, right? When I emphasize or when I use these expressions for emphasizing, it's like an anger emphasis, ready? I said, whenever are you going to stop destroying our habitat? So starting with this expression, it's like a demonstration of an emphasis, which is like kind of angry emphasis, right? So, for example, Charlie, whenever are you doing? Sorry, whatever are you doing? It's like, but what the hell are you doing? However, will you manage to live in such a small income? But how the hell? Whenever are you going to stop complaining? Cuando, right? When? So in this case, they can also be used for questions, but for emphatic questions too. Okay, right? How do you feel so far there with this whenever, however, wherever? Good, fine.
Yes, teacher.
It's okay.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it is actually pretty simple. It's just using it in the correct way, depending the object that we're talking about. If it's a person, whoever, if it's a place wherever, if it's a moment whenever, if it's a option, like two different options, whichever, ¿cierto? Entonces it's just making the right decision. And also there is another extra use, which is for talking ironically. Yeah, when I say like, what do you want to do? Whatever, whatever. Kind of disrespectful, of course, when I say like, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, so that is another extra use of those expressions. How are you going to live in such a small income? However, it's I don't care. So these expressions with WH plus ever, they have a lot of different uses. So that's why before we said that it's possibly that the person doesn't know, it's possible that the person doesn't care, like, or it's possible that it's not important or it is not clear. Ready? So any of these possibilities can have, and then I am going to have the complement, no? Because remember that I can use, depending the option, wait a second. Depending the option, I can have, wait, any of the
Teacher,
expression, dime, come.
I have a question. However, um, depend of the context.
However, or whoever.
No, however,
Mhm.
because I understood that is sin embargo.
Of course. However, como conector es sin embargo. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's the same word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same word, but in one word, it's a connector. On the other word, it's like option or a way to express possibility, open possibilities.
Uh,
Mhm.
okay, depend of the context.
Exactly. For example,
Okay.
I can have, I'm going to write just the options that we have, and then I make an example for you. So I can use whichever, whenever, however, whoever, whatever, so depending the context. Or I can also use both, so, but I can also use either, but I can also use at the same time neither. So depending the context, right? That's it, guys.
Okay.
All of these are options that we have, but we have to be very careful on that. For example, one thing is that I said, turun, no, wait, exactly, wait. You must arrive. Mm, you can. Aquí no hay coma, perdón. You must arrive. You can. What do you think it's the connector here? Como que debes llegar como puedas, como sea que puedas.
However,
Exactly, of course. Because it's like, no importa cómo, however you can, right? But another possibility is saying like, you can arrive. You can arrive, semicolon. But it can be dangerous. What word do we have here?
whenever.
Not necessarily. De hecho, it's also however. Why? Because in this case, it's working as a connector. Acá sí está funcionando como, sin embargo. Tú puedes llegar, sin embargo, puede ser peligroso, ¿cierto? En cambio, aquí, you must arrive however you can. Debes llegar como sea que puedas, right? Usualmente cuando uso however como conector, Cami, voy a encontrarlo entre un punto y una coma, o en este caso punto y coma, ¿listo? Porque es un conector que subordina dos oraciones, es decir, que necesita como separarlas a través de la coma para poder decir que esas dos oraciones están conectadas. ¿Listo? ¿Ready? En cambio, cuando está haciendo el uso de como sea, va ahí metido sin necesidad de puntuación. ¿Right?
Okay, teacher.
¿Listo? ¿Ready? Bien, más o menos, more or less clear, kind of clear.
Yes, teacher. Is only practice.
Yeah, it's only practice. Good. Listo. These expressions help me to describe options, but of course, that depends a lot in the context, right? Now, we were talking about before, we were talking about the fit life and the healthy options, right? But we were talking also about perceptions, no? So we said before, anyway, we said before here, how does it feel to have a healthy habit? How do you feel when you follow your healthy habits? Jennifer said, teacher, I really love when I do it. But how do you feel? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel, in my case, and this is something that I love, is that I feel, sorry, my God, I don't feel swollen, sorry. I don't feel swollen. Swollen, it's like inflamed. I don't feel swollen because I have colon problems. And then when I eat something, I feel, oh my God, super heavy and I feel swollen. When I follow my feed routine and I exercise and everything, I don't feel swollen. I feel active. How do you feel when you follow your healthy habits? Active, concentrated, happy, maybe, energetic.
Teacher, when what?
When you feel or yes, when you maintain your habits, your healthy habits.
Mm, I feel mm, sometimes tired
Of
for the different habits of my life, in the job or in the rest.
okay, okay. Okay, teacher.
So yeah, it's difficult, but there are other days that I feel more power in my body because it's easier of the day. So yeah, it's uh, we say it in Spanish. There are days of days.
Sí, sí, totally, yes. Yes, exactly. Sometimes you feel tired because exercising needs an effort. Other days you feel powerful. Very good. That's it. Yes, so maybe incoming. Jane, what about you, my dear? How do you feel? How do you normally feel?
Teacher, I think the same for because there are days when I feel energy with a lot of energy, and I think I can do uh, whatever.
Exactly.
But
Very good.
some days I feel very tired. Like today,
Mhm.
I feel my body pain because it was a difficult day. So I can do exercise because I don't feel happy.
Mm, okay.
It is relative for me.
Yes. But in those days, it's when we are supposed to exercise because before the exercise, we feel like crap. We feel like, no, oh my God. But after the exercise, I forgot the cortisol hormone that is released reduces, and then we
Yeah.
feel relaxed, right?
I hear that, but when I do exercise in that days, I thinking the sometimes difficult that I happen,
Okay.
but I feel como es concentrada,
Disconnected or
disconnect,
unfocused? Sí, yeah.
disconnected
Mhm.
and worried.
Ah, my God, yes.
So for that reason, I prefer don't do exercise in that
Mhm.
moment. But it's a good point that I can do exercise in that moments.
Yeah, of course, you feel on the problems that you have, and then you feel angry, and it gives you more motivation to exercise and
Um,
make more effort.
yes, teacher.
Bueno, okay.
I will try it.
Yeah, yeah, try once. But of course, it's what it's true is that on the days that we are angry, we exercise less, and the quality of the exercise is not so good. But anyway, it reduces stress. Yeah, that's another technique.
Yes, teacher, thank you.
No, no, you're welcome. So in this case, you describe how do you feel, and those feelings they can be expressed in metaphors or similes. In English, when we want to describe a metaphor or a simile, we express it using expressions like. For example, I could say that when I exercise, I don't feel swollen like a balloon. Do you know what is a balloon?
Glow?
Glow, yes, because when I feel inflated, when I feel swollen, it feels like a balloon, like if I were super fat. I am not that fat. I mean, I am not this guy either, of course not, yeah, but I am not fat. I am. Do you know what is the meaning of slim fat? No, ¿cómo es? Skinny fat? Skinny fat is a person that is not really, really fat, but it's a little bit fat. That is my case, yes? So in that
Yes.
case, dime
Teacher,
Jen.
the skinny fat is when the person have uh, eh, eh, no sé cómo decirlo, como un
Ah,
gordito en el estómago, como
eh,
que son demasiado le genera uno, así uno sea delgado.
exacto, yes. So when the person has belly fat, which es como grasa en la pancita, o abdominal fat, lo que conocemos como abdominal fat o ab fat, yes. Entonces,
I
yes,
am
eso
skinny
es
fat.
skinny fat. Básicamente, eso es skinny fat. Very good. ¿Mm? Entonces, when the days that I feel swollen because I eat something that makes me heavy, I feel like a balloon. I feel super inflated, right? And this is a metaphor. It's a comparison that I am making of my situation with an object. Of course, it's not a real comparison. I am not a balloon, but it's a metaphorical comparison. So also one way that we have to describe this part, or one alternative, one tool that we have to describe it, it's using the similes. Ready? The similes are comparisons that we have, and they can be used for describing perceptions of different things or impressions about different things, especially with verbs such as, for example, act, behave, feel, look, seem, or talk. These verbs, they describe a perception of something. And those are the way that, or those are the verbs that we can make for expressing a metaphor, because it's something that I perceive, and I want to compare that perception with other thing. Yes. Those expressions are called as if and as though, which in Spanish is como si. That's it, right? Both are basically the same. Yeah. So in this case, for example, they are going to help me to describe a metaphor of how things is perceived by other person. Example, Mr. Camilo, help me with the white example, my friend.
She's acting as if she's hiding something.
Mhm. So I have the impression that she's acting as if she's hiding something. Maybe not, but it's my impression. Okay. Jennifer, help me with the yellow example, dear.
They look as though they did something bad.
Exactly. They look as though they did something bad. It can be a realistic impression, in which case I use the simple present, or it can be a hypothetical guess. When it's hypothetical or realistic, I use the simple past, no? But both are possible with both. No es que as if sea siempre con present y as though con past. No, you can use both with both, right? Then I said, for example, she's acting as though she's hiding something, or they look as if they did something, but no matter. It's the same expression, right? What is important is that these expressions help me to connect my perception of something with a comparison. Okay? Guys, what do you think it's up with this person? Ready? Remember, we're going to use verbs as act, behave, feel, look, seem, or talk. Seem es el verbo parecer. What do you think? Is he sleeping well or he's suffering insomnia?
The same example, teacher. They look.
No, in this case, with him. This guy that is here, with the
Uh,
pijama. What do you think is up with him? ¿Qué creen que pasó con él? What do you think it's up with him? What does it look like?
um, he has insomnia.
It's a possibility, ¿cierto? It's very possible. No sé si
Yeah.
es que él se ve como si se acabó de levantar, como si se acabara de levantar, o como si no pueda podido dormir. So, what do you think? Entonces, Cami dice, no, I think he suffers insomnia, right? ¿Pero qué crees? ¿Es posible? ¿Es una impresión real o es una impresión hipotética? What do you
It's
think?
possible.
It's possible, right? So it's a real impression. So we said se ve como si, ta, ta, ta. How do you say se ve como si?
Teacher and Poe is mean in Spanish specifically is como pareciera.
Which one? Seem, pareciera. Y
Mm,
look,
No,
verse.
no, no, no. No, Toe.
No, as though, as if they are como si. Both, las dos, are the
Sí.
same, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay, teacher.
So in this case, what does it look like? Or what does it seem?
Seem as hmm,
We have he seems,
if
sí, muy bien,
as if he is wake up early.
ok, very good. Es que me dice, pues como si se hubiera levantado temprano, ¿no? Que tiene cafecito y es here.
Ah,
So, muy bien, he seems as if he wakes up early.
yeah, wakes up early.
Bien, very good. Jen, do you have other impression? ¿Tienes otra impresión diferente? Do you have a different impression?
No, teacher. No, teacher. I think the same
The same.
because he used the pi pijama.
The pijama,
Pijama.
right?
Yeah,
Pijamas, right?
pijama.
Pijama. Se
Yeah,
le como pajamas, but is read pijamas, right? Or PJs.
pijama. Oh, okay.
Huh? In my case, I think something different. I think that he looks as though, cualquiera de los dos está bien, as though or as if, it's the same. He looks as though he can't sleep. Creo que lo que tiene ahí no es café, sino como leche. I think so. No sé, that's my perception. He looks as though he can't sleep. Entonces, my perception is different. But anyway, it's a real impression. That's why I use with simple present, o en este caso with can't. Right? Claro, si fuera algo hipotético, ya no usaría can't, sino couldn't. Ready? In that case, no sé. He seems. He seems as if he couldn't sleep. Misma idea. ¿Qué cambia? Que en este caso, cuando digo he couldn't sleep, estoy diciendo que posiblemente no es así. Es una hipótesis, right? Maybe it's unreal. En cambio, acá en estas que dijimos acá, es algo más real. ¿Listo? Entonces, fíjense en los verbos que tengo. Feel, seem, act, behave, for talking about those kind of similes or metaphors that we have. Okay? Now, other possibility that we have is simply using as, right? Entonces, as es básicamente lo mismo que el anterior. It's just that after as, I am going to use only the person that does the action. Only the person. For example, some kids nowadays speak and act as adults. Ya después de as, lo que voy a incluir es un noun phrase, no una oración completa como en el anterior, sino simplemente a noun phrase. Ready? Just for example, I don't know, this guy, the previous one, the previous guy, no? I can say, for example, that he seems as a zombie. Es porque no ha dormido, ¿cierto? So he seems as a zombie, right? He looks as a zombie. Después de as, cuando el as está solito, solo voy a incluir un sustantivo. ¿Ready? Diferente si yo uso as if o as though, en cuyo caso voy a usar toda la oración completa. ¿Qué tal hasta ahí? ¿Más o menos? Fine, good.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher. Se entiende, pero
Oh, es un poquito
es
enredado.
de mucho pensar. O sea, le toca a uno poner mucho cuidado.
Yes. Lo que pasa es que hacer metáforas ya de por sí es difícil en nuestra lengua materna, en otro idioma, pues por eso, o sea, lo vemos hasta avanzado, porque es un proceso que requiere como pensamiento muy lógico y muy abstracto. Entonces, that's why it's so difficult. Ready? Bueno, pero hasta ahí, bien, very good. Now, other possibility that we have is saying the way. The way is the same as us. But in this case, when I use the way, it includes the verb. And normally it's going to have the possibility to include other different verbs. Not only look, seem, behave, no, other different verbs. And what I want to do is to compare the way that one person does one action and the way that other person does one action. For example, the teenagers now tend to eat, tienden a comer, tend to eat the way top athletes do. For example, as Camilo was saying at the beginning, al principio estamos hablando de la dieta, ¿cierto? So, and I want to say that the teenagers now tend to eat the way top athletes do. Es decir, que tienden a comer de la manera o de la forma en que, the way top athletes do. In this case, I only use do because this sentence is in simple present. So I use the auxiliary do, they do, for saying like como de la manera en que lo hacen los atletas, sin repetir el mismo verbo eat. ¿Mm? Entonces, for example, here I am comparing the top athletes and the teenagers and the way that they eat. Okay? This the way it's a little bit is very important and very used. Yes, very useful, but it has to use the auxiliary of the sentence, not the verb, but the auxiliary. For example, I'm going to have another example. I said that I have trained, I have trained the way my brother. ¿Y cuál creen que sería el auxiliar aquí para decir como de la manera en que lo ha hecho? So, I have trained the way my brother.
Did.
No. Va bien, puede ser, could be, pero trata de mantenerlo al mismo tiempo. The way my brother
Have done.
has done. ¿Ok?
Yeah.
O simplemente has. Entonces, I
Ah,
have trained the
yeah.
way my brother has. That's it. Right? Depending on the sentence, I can use it o I can use the auxiliary corresponde. Si es con present simple, pues do or does. Present perfect, have or has. Present continuous, is or are. Modal verbs, the same modal verb, for example. Camilo. Camilo can speak English the way Jennifer can. Camilo can speak English the way Jennifer. ¿Cuál sería el verbo allí?
Cool.
Same verb. Same verb.
Can.
Can, very good. Yes, exactly. So
Yeah, yeah.
Camilo puede hablar de la manera que puede Jennifer. So in that case, take into account ese the way is basically the same, but with the auxiliary. Aquí con el as solo uso el sustantivo. Con the way uso el auxiliar y el sujeto, ¿right? Y con as if o as though sí voy a usar toda la oración completa, pero los cuatro se usan para lo mismo, que es crear una metáfora allí. ¿Listo? ¿Qué tal? How do you feel so far? Más o menos, kind of.
Okay,
Teacher, I know.
teacher.
All fine?
It's clear, but is attention of the details.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big attention. True.
In
¿Listo?
that case,
Ajá.
when the verb is in, ay, no sé cómo decir. O sea, profe, cuando el verbo es, según cómo esté el verbo, iría el otro. O sea, si está en presente perfecto o en pasado o en...
Exactly. Tienes que mirar en
Ya,
qué
no
tiempo está
entendemos.
para usar el auxiliar. Correcto.
Ok.
Super. Bueno, here we have one question. It says, he reminds me of someone. He reminds me of someone, but I can't remember. Aquí es, I can't remember whom. Maybe he's a doctor. What do you think? Do you think that he's a doctor?
No, teacher. He looked like to the rapper.
He looks
Looks like,
like
yeah,
a rapper.
a rapper.
Muy bien, that's it. Esto que hizo Camilo acá también es una metáfora, una comparación, un símil, pero lo hizo con like, ¿sí? ¿Cuál opción, digamos que en este caso podría reemplazar a like?
Mm, as.
Exacto, porque solo tengo el sustantivo,
Mhm.
¿cierto? Entonces aquí puedo decir, pues que profe se ve como un rapero. He looks as a rapper.
As a rapper.
¿Listo? Ready? Good. Si digo, es que se ve como si fuera un rapper. Entonces ya no va a ser solo as, sino he looks as if he were a rapper. Claro, cuando uso as if, ya ahí incluyo toda la oración completa. As if he were a rapper. O as though, cualquiera de las dos. ¿Ay? O when I say the way, recuerden que uso otros verbos diferentes. For example, I can say no se ve, sino pues que se viste de la manera que se viste un rapper. In that case, I would say he dresses, he dresses the way que. How can you complete that sentence?
Mm, he dresses the way. Um,
He dresses the
as
way.
a rapper.
Si usas the way, ya no es necesario as,
Ah, okay,
porque
okay.
digamos que as es el ejemplo anterior, right? Entonces aquí uso he dresses the way a rapper, uso el sujeto, a rapper que.
A rapper dress.
Sí, pero como lo vamos a hacer el mismo verbo, puede ser. Dress también el mismo
Those?
verbo. Jennifer, again, a rapper.
A rapper, those?
Das, muy bien, very
Those. A
good.
ver.
Excelente, ¿cierto?
Those.
Porque es el
Claro,
presente
sí.
simple. Muy bien. Entonces, he dresses the way a rapper does, como que se viste de la manera que lo hace. Good. Entonces, hay muchas formas de hacerlo. ¿Ready? Dependiendo cómo quiero hacer mi metáfora, si es con oración completa, solo enfocado en el sujeto o en la acción, ¿ready? Voy a usar una expresión completa. Pero para fines prácticos, Camilo tiene razón. Like is the expression that it's going to have the possibility to replace all of them. Like it's much more it's much more or much easier to use. It's much more useful because it can work with all of the sentences, all of the actions. Like can replace as if, also can replace as though, also can replace the way, and also can replace as. Ready? This, for example, Cami, help me to read the first example, my friend.
Okay. Recently, influencers have been acting like there are no consequences for their acts.
Exactly. Is it? like está reemplazando as if o as though. Es decir, siendo recientemente los influencers están actuando como si no hubiera consecuencias. Replacing as if o as though. Con toda la oración completa. There are no consequences for their acts. Good. Jennifer, yellow example dear.
Every kid dreams to live like a celebrity.
Every kid dreams to live like a celebrity. Reemplazando as, donde solo tengo el sustantivo. Like a celebrity. O as a celebrity, yes. And the last example says, I always try to be responsible like my mother told me to, right? Es reemplazando de way. Yo trato siempre de ser responsable como me dijo mi mamá, like my mother told me to, right? Pues in that case, ese like me va a permitir reemplazar cualquiera de las otras tres. ¿Cuál es el problema? It replaces the expression, but in casual conversation. In a formal conversation or in a formal context, not really, because it sounds very informal. If you watch a video of an influencer or YouTuber, American, they are saying all the time, it's like, it's like, it's very repetitive, the like. So it is considered kind of informal. No, not kind, very informal, right? So this like is useful when we are talking with other people. But if we are at work, if we are in a working meeting, if you are writing a letter, writing an email, it's going to be much better using the comparison, yes, with the other possibility and not so much with like. You have many others, the way, as if, as though, and do not use like because this is going to be very informal for a mail, very informal for a meeting, very informal for many other contexts, okay? Guys, how do you feel now? Ahora que saben que es el reemplazo de like, is easier or not?
Yeah, teacher is more simple.
Yes, it's more simple to understand. Pero ya saben, like tiene unos usos diferentes. ¿Listo?
No.
Entonces, my dear guys, in general terms, the idea is that we can make these similes, and most of them, they can be described with nature. For example, I can say that I work, en un dicho que dice que trabajo como abeja, en inglés, of course, right? Because I would say I work bees. Bueno, bee. What would be the connector here? What of the four? Obviamente like puede funcionar, ¿cierto? Pero si no quiero usar
Or
like. Sorry.
or us,
As, muy bien, porque solo tengo el sustantivo. I work as a bee, right?
teacher.
Mhm.
I have how do you say dichos in English?
Idioms.
Idioms.
Idioms, yes, exactly.
For example, early birds gets the worm.
Exactly, ok. Por eso también they're known as sayings, ¿ready? Como dichos, sayings or idioms. ¿Mm? Entonces, digamos que idioms son como
Okay.
expresiones idiomáticas y dichos como tal, sayings, right? The old saying. And I have listened that one, sí, the early bird gets the worm. Básicamente traducido sería como el que madruga, Dios le ayuda, algo así. Obviamente los no se traducen literalmente, sino que en cuanto a sentido, los dichos no se traducen literalmente, sino traducen es el sentido del mensaje, ¿cierto? Ready? Pues muy bien. En este caso, digamos, en inglés dicen I work as a bee. En español dice trabajo como. ¿Trabajo como qué? ¿Cómo se dice? O en español de Colombia, más bien. Trabajo como.
Un burro
Exactly. ¿Cierto? Usamos otro animalito para el ejemplo. Yes.
era ¿cómo era burro, teacher?
Donkey.
Donkey, yeah.
O as. Bueno, también puede ser, algunas veces le dicen as. Es-
Como
Exactly.
yegua o algo así.
Y,
Asno.
yes, exactly. That's the one. Or for example,
Okay.
this one. What is the normal simile, the normal metaphor that we do with this animal?
Habla como loro.
Okay, so, ajá.
I talk
Mhm.
as a um, parrot.
As a parrot. Very good. That's it. I talk as a parrot. You know, that's it, right? Pues pueden ser así de maneras más sencillas, as a parrot, as a bee, or something longer. For example, I love flowers. I love flowers the way a bee does. Entonces, love, presente simple, does, presente simple. Entonces, yo amo las flores como una abeja, como ya. Pero como estoy hablando, digamos, de oraciones completas, that's it. Puedo hacerlo así también. Claro, puedo decir también as a bee, and it's fine. But in some other cases, I can include them, the auxiliary. But in that case, it's better to use the expression the way, ¿no? The way a bee does, something like that. ¿Listo? ¿Ready? Entonces, guys, estos similes y metaphors, ya nos alargamos un montón, pero bueno, sorry, are going to be very useful when we want to make comparisons. Entonces, in general terms, aunque la semana habla sobre fit, life y healthy style y it's more related to selections, right? Entonces, cómo hacer elecciones, cómo describir las opciones que elijo y también en este caso, cómo poder, digamos, incluso comparar esas dos elecciones o esas dos opciones que tengo, ya sean acciones o animalitos o percepciones de algo, cómo poderlos comparar y, digamos, en este caso, crear relaciones entre ellas. ¿Listo? Guys, dudas, questions, more or less, kind of, how do you feel?
Okay, teacher.
All good.
No, teacher,
Mm.
is
No,
it's just
no,
practice.
teacher. Is practice.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Listo. Estas expresiones como tal,
but it's interesting topic.
así, of
Yeah.
course. It's beautiful. Estas expresiones como tal, pues digamos que son muy avanzadas y posiblemente no las vayan a usar todo el tiempo, ¿sí? Pero es bueno que las conozcan y las intenten incluir tanto como puedan para que pues justamente mecanicen el uso de estas expresiones, de las mismas, ¿no? Bueno, my dear
Okay.
guys, perdonen que me haya extendido tanto, pero
No,
it's fine.
no, no,
¿Listo? Nos vemos la
no
otra
biggie.
semanita, guys.
No, teacher,
Bueno,
se
see you the
pasa el
next
tiempo
week.
rápido.
Sí, that's true, that's true.
Sí,
Ponemos a
pasó
jugar ahí.
rápido. Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Guys,
you,
have a
Have a
good
nice
teacher.
night.
night.
Sleep tight.
Good
See you next
night.
week.
Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher. See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.